Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chum here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the latest DLC announcement for Pokken Tournament DX, which is kind of crazy because when the game dropped on Wii U, they said there's going to be no DLC, but they said no such thing when it dropped on Switch, and of course we know now that we are getting some DLC, and it's super exciting because it's coming very, very soon. So how it's working out is they're going to be doing two, I guess what they call waves of DLC. The first is coming on January 31st, and it's going to give us Aegislash as a battle Pokemon, which is amazing. And then we're going to get a support pair of Rayquaza and Mimikyu, which honestly is the most absurd pairing I've ever heard of in my entire life. I never would have pictured those two going together, but they're both gods in their own way. So I can kind of understand that. So that's the first DLC wave, and the second DLC wave is coming on March 23rd, and it's going to include Blastoise as a playable character. And then the support pairing is Mew and Celebi. How amazing is that? The first two mythical Pokemon supporting you as a team. That has me super excited. I couldn't wait for that. And don't get me started on Blastoise as a playable character. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the first wave of DLC because there are a little more screenshots and details about that. So of course, like I said, Aegislash is a battle Pokemon in this DLC. And it's been confirmed that you're going to be able to play as him in both his shield form and his sword form, which obviously makes us think that we're going to have some kind of, move that'll obviously switch our forms, as well as the ability to play differently depending on which form we're in. So, looking at some of these screenshots, you can see that in Aegislash's shield form, of course, when he has this shield attached to his sword, he's using a lot of range attacks. So you can see in this screenshot, he's firing some crazy ghost, beam at this Gengar, and it looks like it's getting absolutely blown back. You can kind of see the range of that. It goes literally across the entire field. And then another one, we can actually see he's firing some kind of cone shape attack out of the shield. It's quite short range, but it seems like a really, really good way to stop your opponent from approaching. They can't dash in, they can't jump over. So again, it seems like Aegislash in this game is going to be playing very defensively and trying to keep his opponent away from him while he's in shield form. We have a few more screenshots as well. You can see he's got another type of beam, which, judging by what's happening right now on this screenshot against Lucario, it looks like it might be some kind of sweeping beam. I just feel like the angle is a bit weird, so maybe he fired it and it kind of swept across, if that makes sense. I'm not too sure. But it definitely looks absolutely insane, and I can't wait to play this guy. And of course, one more screenshot we can see of shield form. He's using some kind of attack where he summons these ghostly swords. And you can see they're kind of spinning around him in a counterclockwise circle. If you guys look at the very tips of the blade, you can kind of see the trail of them. So that's obviously another kind of stay away from me kind of attack that Aegislash has, which is awesome. Now, as for sword form, we don't have as many screenshots, but in this screenshot here, you can see Aegislash actually closing in and attacking Lucario with his shield. And of course, you can tell that he's in sword form because the shield is no longer attached to his sword body. Instead, it's on his arm. Really interesting that he's actually whacking him with the shield rather than his body, but I mean, you do you, Aegislash. And we have another screenshot as well where you can see Aegislash closing in on the opponent, getting very, very close. I'm not too certain if this is a shield form or a sword form attack. Just the way the shield is placed, it could go either way. It could have just, slid off of his body, or maybe he kind of jumped out of the shield and attacked. Or maybe he is just letting go of the shield and attacking. So it's kind of hard to tell exactly which form this attack is from, but this could also very easily be the transitioning attack. I could imagine Aegislash, with his body in the shield, hopping out of it, attacking from behind the shield, and then grabbing it, and now he's in attack form. Or when he's in attack form, he holds the shield out, he kind of lets go of it, flies back, kicks it, and then once he, well, not really kicks it, but hits it with the bottom of the sword, fires this beam out at his opponent, and then at the end of that attack, he kind of transitions into being into blade form, into sword form. So that's, into shield form, what am I saying? So that looks pretty insane. That'd be a really, really powerful transition attack. You can see the hitboxes, that is huge, and it seems to go across the entire field. It's a very, very powerful attack. But overall, I think Aegislash looks incredible, and the ability to kind of switch up your playstyle is awesome. And not to mention, the first thing that I thought of when I heard that we could have shield form or sword form is that as soon as your opponent goes into Synergy Burst, you switch to that shield form when you play defensively. Because as you know, as I've always said, one mistake or one action can cause you to get hit by a synergy attack. As soon as you act, if they're free to move themselves and they pop Synergy Burst, you're pretty much dead. You're going to take the hit. There's nothing you can do. So you usually have to play defensively, which means they can run up to you and just grab you, and you're just done. Maybe shield form will have a really good way of playing around an enemy who's in Synergy Burst, which would be super awesome, and I can't wait to see how the really good players take Aegislash and how they make him very powerful, and I'm keen to see how the transitions happen. Alright, now one last thing I want to talk about is Aegislash's Synergy Burst move. We have a few screenshots showcasing it here. So the first one is Aegislash, obviously with his quote-unquote hands spread wide and this ghostly aura around him with a hand coming up from behind him. Now my first thought was that this was going to be the initiating hit, and that Aegislash takes a stance, the hand comes forward and grabs the opponent, and that obviously locks him in to get attacked by the move. But if you look at another screenshot, or the next screenshot, you'll see the hand is actually grabbing Aegislash out of the shield. So, and there's another hand, of course, like you can see grabbing the shield itself. So it looks like Aegislash is becoming, rather than its own body, it's creating like a bigger ghostly being that wields it. Which is kind of crazy. So this is probably what happens after you land the initiating hit. I'm not too sure what it's going to be, but it's probably going to be something in shield form. Like it's going to hit you in some manner during shield form. Because of course you can see he starts off in shield form at the beginning of the attack. And then the next screenshot you can see this giant hand and giant sword is now holding Aegislash up in the sky, and he's become some giant like crystalline metal golden sword thing, and it looks absolutely insane. And I'm imagining that we're just going to see this pair of hands beat the hell out of the opposing Pokemon, and it's going to be absolutely insane. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm definitely looking forward to this Z move, and I'm especially looking forward to Blastoise as well, as one of my favorite Pokemon. But we'll keep talking about DLC Pack 1, shall we? So like I said, there's going to be a new support pairing of Rayquaza and Mimikyu. Now, we don't get to see too much of these two. We only have 2 screenshots of Rayquaza and 1 screenshot of Mimikyu. But from Rayquaza, as you can see here, he kind of takes his crazy stance at the beginning of his attack. And the next screenshot, you can see he kind of just barrels his way down the field. And it's so strange, because this screenshot seems so familiar to me, like we've already seen something like this before. I don't know, maybe it was leaked somewhere and we just never really noticed it. But it looks like he kind of just barrels down the field in a straight line, dealing, you know, obviously dealing a bunch of damage. And that's super awesome. I think that's great. It's going to be a very powerful support move. It might honestly kind of absolutely abolish Lapras, because Lapras kind of does the same thing, but it looks like Lapras would be slower than what I'm seeing here. Or at least looks like Rayquaza is faster than Lapras. Maybe there's some kind of alternate effect. Maybe it's just kind of a one-hit wonder, not like a multi-hit pushback. I'm not too sure what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait for some gameplay to see exactly what it's going to be about. But Rayquaza looks menacing, barreling down the field like that. And now moving on to Mimikyu, we only have 1 screenshot here, or at least only 1 screenshot of him in action. So you can see the close-up of him being activated. In the next screenshot, you can actually see he's right next to the opponent swinging what it looks like Shadow Claws. So it's probably going to be one of those attacks where you summon it right next to you, it runs forward and attacks the opponent, and if it does, you can see that Garchomp is being given a debuff. I'm not too sure what this debuff is going to be. What I'm imagining is defense drop, because Shadow Claw has a high crit rate, which is chance to do more damage, so it makes sense that Mimikyu's attack, Shadow Claw, would give you as the player the chance to do more damage. At least that's what I'm imagining. So that's about it for DLC 1. There's not too much else to talk about it. I think it looks amazing. I'm super excited for it. Honestly, I was genuinely thinking about dropping Pokken Tournament from my videos, period, because I just feel like it would give me more time to do other things. But now they've announced DLC, I'm definitely keen to keep playing this game and get even better than I ever have been before. But really quickly, I want to talk about my my hopes and dreams for Blastoise, because what really got me excited was Blastoise being added as a playable Pokemon, because he's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. If you guys have watched any of my Battle Spot videos where I played with Blastoise, you know that I love him. I have absolute faith in him, and I think it's an amazing Pokemon. So much fun to use, and its ability to basically have Stab Dark type and Stab Fighting type just makes me love it even more. And the fact that it's being added into Pokken Tournament is going to be insane. It's a little bit hard to imagine Blastoise in this kind of setting, because he's a turtle, he's slow. So I'm not too sure how they're going to handle his maneuverability. At the same time, I didn't think Empoleon could be as fast as it was in the game, and he is very, very fast. So I think we could see Blastoise with similar attacks like that, where he uses his cannons and his other non-turtle-like features to kind of maneuver around. We could even see him have attacks in which he actually retracts into his shell and maybe uses a move like Rapid Spin to move around. Like, that would be kind of crazy. I think it'd be super awesome. And again, like I said, I'm so excited to see what Blastoise brings to the table. And of course, we're going to have Mega Blastoise with some kind of absurd Synergy Burst attack where he uses those 3 cannons to unleash hell upon his opponent. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. As for Mew and Celebi, I honestly have no idea. These two are capable of pretty much anything. So what they do in terms of supporting you can be pretty much anything. But regardless, I'm super excited, and I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for more information about this DLC as it comes out, because these 2 DLC packs have me so excited for the game. Pretty much as excited for the game as I was when DX first dropped. So it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And honestly, the first thing I said to my friend when I heard about this was Blastoise's new main. So look forward to that. And I'm probably going to play a bunch of Aegislash. I mean, he's a brand new character and he looks insane. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this little DLC update, analysis, thoughts kind of thing. I just wanted to put my thoughts out there because I feel like I don't do that enough, and that's one of the main reasons I made a YouTube channel. So if you guys like what you saw, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you want to see me do more kind of DLC breakdown or trailer breakdown slash, you know, commentary, analysis, thoughts, whatever the way you want to call it. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button. And of course, if you want to see more videos just like this, as well as videos of Pokken when these DLC drops, and even until these videos drop, hit that subscribe button also, because we've been playing quite a bit, and despite the last few videos being a bit of a tilter, I still love the game, and I can't wait to play a bunch more. Anyway guys, like I said, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.